What's our mission, Henny?
Let's show this married bachelor that he's a rad dad.
It's much, much more than a makeover. Welcome to MsMojo, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 behind-the-scenes secrets about Queer Eye. For this list, we're looking at all the things they don't want you to know about this Netflix reboot and the new Fab Five. Number 10. The Fab Five didn't know they were getting pulled over. One of the show's most controversial moments came when the Fab Five were pulled over by a police officer while Kuramas was driving. Everyone involved was decidedly uncomfortable and nervous.
Oh, don't.
Question is what we were pulled over for.
You mind stepping out of the vehicle for me?
No, you're not.
Why?
Because I asked you to.
It was actually a prank, and this cop turned out to actually be the episode's nominator, but it wasn't supposed to happen that way. Originally, Bobby was meant to drive that day, but Kuramas insisted, and Bobby was also the only one who knew it was a prank, just in case anything bad happened. Kuramas says he was ultimately glad that it happened because it allowed for a conversation about race and policing in America.
It created this dialogue where I still get messages from some of the most random people in Middle America that you would never think would support a show with 5 gay men that are like, I love this show, you've opened my eyes, you've now made me want to support the Black Lives Matter movement.
Even though the incident almost made Tan quit.
And so afterwards we were fuming, saying, this can never happen again. This wasn't okay. You don't know what it feels like to be a person of color and get pulled over.
Number 9. They stay in contact with heroes. The Fab Five only stick around in town for a short period of time, but the lessons they teach can span a whole lifetime.
That letting people in isn't a sign of weakness, it's a sign of strength.
To find out how much their heroes really take on board, the guys keep in touch with quite a few of them on social media. They all receive frequent updates from Neil about how he's doing. Hair pictures for Jonathan, food pictures for Anthony, and so on.
He said that he was getting married, he told us, and he said, what do you think I should wear? And he could have chosen something himself. However, I wanted to make sure that he was wearing something that was perfect for him, so I just suggested, wear the suit I got for you. It's a perfect suit.
Kuramas even keeps in touch with Corey. He may have made the biggest change of all, now cooking and cleaning. And he and Kuramas even have matching shoes.
It was hard for me just to come in there and not have that conversation. So we had to have the hard conversation. And because of that, I've now made a lifelong friend. He and I text all the time, and literally just the other day bought the same shoes. Like, no joke, he bought the shoes.
Number 8. The Wesley and Maurice conversation almost didn't happen. A particularly poignant moment in season 4 was the conversation between Wesley and Maurice, the man who paralyzed him. Kuramas has said that this moment almost didn't happen though, as both parties kept almost backing out.
He kept saying, I don't think I'm ready, let's turn around. I'm not ready, let's turn around. On the same breath, I was getting calls from Maurice saying, I'm leaving, I'm not doing this.
Ultimately, they stuck with it and did talk to each other, leading to understanding and healing for both of them.
We're 2 black men, and we're doing something that they don't want us to do. And that is forgive each other, but also uplift each other.
Though it had to be cut down, the actual conversation they had lasted for over 2.5 hours. In interviews, Wesley has said that after it was over, he felt tremendous relief, despite how scared he'd been going in.
I had sunk into a place where I just wanted to adapt. You guys didn't adapt anything. You taught me the true meaning of being yourself.
Number 7. Joe took down his website. Not every hero takes the Fab Five's advice, however. Kuramas said that it was hard for them to relate to Joe as much as they did to other heroes, and he was resistant to them throughout filming.
There's a certain passivity to Joe that I don't quite have figured out yet.
He's a comedian, so you'd expect that he would be lively and commanding.
It's all going on behind like a wall.
To the extent of taking down the website Kuramas built for him during the show. While you can still get in touch with Joe through social media, it's hard to imagine anyone not trusting the Fab Five. A similar shocking moment came from AJ's makeover.
You don't use this bedroom now.
This is your room, no longer needed to be
Wow!
Where 2 weeks after filming had finished, he sold his remodeled apartment, much to Bobby's surprise.
You think you can sleep in here now?
Man, I'm not leaving this room.
Number 6. Kuramas' contract stipulates that the show has to hire diversely. In 2004, Kuramo made history as the first openly gay African-American man to appear on reality TV.
So have you been to gay clubs before?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. All the time. Yeah.
You're not, are you homosexual?
Yeah, I'm gay.
And since then, he's taken the effort to help other black gay men get into the industry, to increase diversity behind the camera as well as in front of it.
And I think it starts with stop dividing and making it being, I'm trying to take something away from you. Again, I'm not. I just want us to work together to protect our future generations.
A stipulation in his contract says that the show must hire 2 to 3 gay African Americans to work on the crew.
For me, as a black man, I have been told many times that I do not belong. Beside being a gay man, you don't belong in this room, you're not welcome.
He said in an interview with A&U magazine that, quote, if the person coming behind you doesn't have the access to open the door, and you don't prop the door open to let them come in behind you, then you are doing them a disservice.
Full call and repeat, girl, go.
Yeah, call and repeat. I want everyone here to say, I am worthy.
I am worthy.
I am beautiful.
I am beautiful.
And I am loved.
And I am loved.
Number 5. Bobby works the most hours. This might not be that surprising. Of all of the Fab Five, Bobby easily has the least screen time, but he's also doing the most work. Where the others will all spend a day or a handful of hours with that week's hero, Bobby is working hard behind the scenes to remodel huge spaces, often entire houses.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So, I put in shades and blinds to keep the heat out during the summer so you can actually utilize this whole space. And now your dining room's out here.
He says that a lot of his work involves taking risks because lots of furniture needs to be ordered before even meeting the hero. Bobby goes above and beyond with certain houses too, when clearing them out takes even longer because of the sheer volume of clutter. Not to mention an incident where a whole house was infested with termites.
This is my favorite t-shirt, and now it has glitter. You can give it, right? But you can't take it! You can't take it, little Bobby! Little Bobby, I am like this kitchen, destroyed and ravaged.
Number 4. The Fab Five get details on each hero before filming starts.
Leo's uncomfortable around the other dads and worries he's being judged.
Oh, I know that feeling.
They don't start out the week completely in the dark about their hero, nor do they only have those few days to put together the things they want to show and teach them. They're given a dossier of information by the producers before filming, so that they can start planning before they get to the location.
A week or two, usually 2 weeks before we start shooting the episode, we're in something called pre-production. We do sit around a table and we discuss the candidate that we're going to be dealing with, our new hero.
That could be reaching out to restaurants for Anthony to use, finding out which clothing stores Tan wants to go to, letting Kuramo get a head start on his exercises, enabling Bobby to order that furniture, and helping Jonathan get started on his grooming regimen.
If I spiff it up, it's been a long time since I've done that, but I would like pull it forward like that probably, and then put some like water or something.
Oh, some water.
Water.
Wow.
Number 3. The Fab Five have no say over who goes on the show. Despite the fact that they're the ones doing all the work, they don't actually have any say in who the heroes are.
Our producers are really great about working with us to get everything pre-planned as much as we possibly can, but then the biggest wild card is the hero.
They credit the casting department with choosing the people who are featured on the show, which Tan says makes the experience more authentic. The heroes are chosen to be the best fit for the show, and as the seasons have progressed, this has helped make the heroes more balanced and diverse, featuring people from all walks of life who aren't only straight men anymore.
That felt really special to be a part of that, and I do love that we're on a show that is open-minded enough to be able to say we don't need to pretend that we are arbiters of literally everything, that we can say that we want to learn too. I learned so much from that episode, and it changed me as a person.
While it might be nice for the Fab Five to choose who they make over, this formula has been working so far, so why change it?
Yes.
1, 2, 3.
Cheers.
Number 2. A lot gets cut out. Since the show films for 5 days in a row, it would be impossible for everything that happens during the week to make it into the episode.
You look amazing.
Often, huge chunks of filming have to be cut for time. Season 1 alone cut out many of Antony's recipes, and he actually teaches the heroes how to cook more dishes than the ones we see.
So put a bit of the softened butter on. Just smears right on. A little salt. Thank you for paying attention.
Scenes where Bobby helped Corey to understand he had to spend time with his daughters and wife, as well as Kuramo taking Bobby Camp to a job interview, were also lost. Other times, long conversations like Tan's talk with Skylar about trans issues were cut down to barely a few minutes.
And I'm annoyed at myself thinking, God, Tan, why didn't you get more involved in the gay community? You then would have understood maybe the trans community, that would have exposed you to the trans community. Because there are so many people out there like me who are ignorant.
I didn't know any of the facts on this list, but number 1 is downright surprising. Here's some honorable mentions before your jaw hits the floor.
Do Queer Eye keep the furniture?
Yes.
They do.
I would never give people.
Can you
a whole
imagine
stuff
if we
and-
took it over? If Tom Jackson got back if Tom Jackson got back that armchair.
And we're gonna have another pit put in. They took us to get our sauce out, packaged up, and that's done well. Fab Five with with they help, and God's help is out there.
And we felt something special. Like we were weirdly finishing each other's sentences. We're all different, but we still managed to get along really well.
I get many a DM via my social, via my Instagram, and the one main question I get every day without a doubt is, how do you do your hair? So I'm going to give you a tutorial. This is the first time I've ever done this start to finish.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. The Fab Five regret some makeovers. Even though the show's tagline is more than a makeover, the makeover itself is still an important part, and is where the audience can visually see the changes that have happened.
Here they come.
Oh, the windows are tinted.
Oh, can't see it.
Okay, Mrs. Dooley.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, you look gorgeous.
Why, thank you.
Oh, you look so.
Didn't he do well?
You look so Johnny.
Jonathan revealed that sometimes the producers push harder than they should and make the Fab Five do certain things, specifically shaving off Liberal Mayor Ted Terry's trademark beard.
But this hair, like, in general, like, having, such length on top and then such a short tight on the side, I just feel that it's a bit, edgy.
Jonathan said he didn't want to do it at all and gave Ted the clippers to shave it himself. In spite of pushy producers, Jonathan always tries his best to do what's best for that person, rather than doing a big change just for the sake of change. Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.